I smell a skunk. For sure. I wonder if I scared that thing. I didn't see one dead, although I might have missed it. Whew, that is powerful. Folks, back in here, I guess you would call it like Alder Springs area. Well, at least that's where I came from, Alder Springs area. I am on Cedar Creek Road. This is Cedar Creek Bridge, I do believe. I believe this is the bridge that everybody jumps off of into the lake. Not real sure about that one. This is a very dangerous road for sure. Just got back. It is 6:32, and we had just pulled out, finished up a 1,200 feet water line, folks, 1-incher, and she was a doozy. It was by far the hardest water line I've ever put in. Hardest one I've ever put in. It was tough. So we had to go down the road to get to the house because the water stopped way down the road. Well, here, they'll let you run your water line in the easement. And that's what we did. But there were 3 other water lines there and a gas line there, a main gas line. So, and that was 757 feet of that. And then on up to his house was the rest of it. 1,200, just shy of 1,200 feet. And it was grueling. And we did it all with a Ditch Witch. Which did really good. It was slow and no mess, and ended up really good. That thing cuts a 3.5-inch wide ditch. So, yeah, but we had rain to stop us. We had to go really slow because, of all the water lines and the gas line in there. It was a doozy, folks. A doozy. Oh my goodness. Craziness. Oh, I'm so tired. So 1,200 feet, and we had to cover it all up with a shovel and a rake. Yes, and it was just me and John. Yeah, yes. And we dug 1, 2, 3 major holes by hand. Of course, at the house, at the meter, and then it was a big one at the meter, a big one at the house. So when we went into the house, the gas line went in there. It was propane, but the propane line went in there. I'm talking within a foot, and then the well went in there, and we didn't want to affect the well because it's still hooked up and usable. So we didn't want to hit that line. Plus, we had the electric that ran right to the well that ran alongside the water line that we were replacing. It was just all craziness. And we brought her into the house and put it right into the PRV, pressure reducer valve. Got rid of the pressure reducer valve. Now here in this area of Tennessee, now this is something that you just do not hardly see in Georgia, but here they a lot of times will have a pressure reducer valve at the meter, and then some cases at the house. Yeah, and that's because if you're at the end of the line, close to the end of the water line, you'll want to put a meter on because the water pressure is crazy here. And reason being is because they'll put the water tower on a mountaintop. And so the water pressure is crazy. At our house, oh folks, the water pressure is just unbelievable. unbelievable. And so you got to make sure you've got it reduced down. We are on Sugar Hollow Road, folks. Sugar Hollow Road. Around the country, if you didn't notice. Oh my, so folks, most of our work now is in Campbell County. The vast majority of it is in Campbell County, I'm going to say. It looks like we're going to be able to do about 90% of our work right here in the county. Now, I say in the county, we did do a job in Claiborne County, but it's just the next county, and it was a hop, skip, and a jump over there. This job here is in Campbell County. It was just about as far. So, yeah, that's a great thing for us. We love it. Right here in Campbell County, we don't hardly ever have to leave the county now. How awesome is that? Yeah. So there's no traffic, folks. We don't have to fight traffic. Now, we do have some jobs that we could possibly do, which we're probably not going to do, but we get calls every day, folks, from Knoxville, Oak Ridge, and Powell, and that area. But I think we're just going to stick it out here. Things get slow here, we'll move on into Knoxville for a little bit. But got a call today to go bid a job, a septic job. So new install. We're just gonna give them a price. We may not get it. Some of them we don't get. But yeah, so it's just constant. We're going tomorrow to work on a place, and they've got a crushed sewer line, and so we're gonna replace that. We got to bust up concrete, do all that good stuff. We'll be setting up plastic to make a hallway all the way from the repair to the outside. It's on a commercial building, and we'll set fans up, and we'll just sucker right out the dust and do our thing. And whew, ain't nothing gonna be as hard as what we've done for the last 4.5 days. We got, this was figured a 2-day job. Now we're making good money off of it. I ain't complaining, but we figured it would take us 2 to 3 days. If we ran into trouble, 3 days, but we didn't know we was going to run into so much trouble. We ran into trouble. We hit one of the water lines, and repaired it, and it was like right before dark. We're way out here in the country. We thought we had all the fittings we would ever need. Come to find out, we did not. So John runs into town, comes back, which took forever because it's so far away. Got the last 2 fittings that we needed. That they didn't have any more, and we got them going for the evening. Yes, we got them. Water. I was so thankful, folks, because they have a situation at the house there where they have to have water, and we got them water going. Took forever. Didn't get home till after 8 o'clock that night. So yeah, she was a doozy. And then the next day we're going on with the water line. As far as we knew, we were on the fella's property that we were working for. According to him, we were. And if not, was right there on the line, no big deal. And this is something that really bothered me. And so we ended up going, we had to curve our water line because of the hill. And so it made it so much easier. Now we figured we were still right there at the property line. According to the Tennessee property data, we were, and according to the homeowner, we were right there close. Well, you put your water line over on my property, I'm not gonna care at all. It's not gonna faze me. I'd rather you not even ask me permission. Not gonna faze me. I'm your neighbor, and of course I'll let you run your water line right through my property. I don't care. Well, not so with this fella's neighbor. Man, I was so disappointed. I was like, man, I'm glad I don't live around here. We're way out in the country. Well, she didn't like it at all and told us to stop working and until he got home and they could straighten this out. Folks, we were over on her property 1.5 feet, and it was a curve at and it was about 40 to 50 feet. It was about 50 feet, and so it starts out as an inch, and then 2 and 3 and then 4 inches, and works its way to 1.5 feet, and then comes back. So it's a 18 inches, 17, 16. It works its, it was not that big of a deal. We're talking about being out in the country, fields. It's like the side of her yard was a field, basically, and it's not like we're in a subdivision here. And I was so disappointed. But yeah, we had to redo all that and had to put it over in a super hard area where we're almost running the Ditch Witch sideways. It was just crazy. So it was just one thing after the other. Anyway, just got to do a little complaining. I'm super tired, wore slap out. John's the same way. Wish I didn't have to work tomorrow. We got to get it, folks. So we got a busy week. Rest of the week, what is this? Tuesday? Rest of the week is going to be busy. But I'm thankful we squared this job up. Just so thankful. Trying to be productive, folks. Not trying. Being productive. Ain't no trying to. Being productive, folks. Being productive. Folks, we're on Demery Road now. We made a turn off of Sugar Hollow, and now we're on Demery. We're back there where the store was is the Demery community. This is still the Demery community. Oh, me. I hope John's okay. He goes a different way home because he's got that dually, and there's some roads back there that are just terrible. So he likes to go into town, and go that way. Well, I just go this way, but he has a mouse in his truck. Now, where we were working, the dogs were going nuts, sniffing on his truck, and they were at the engine. They were the motor, the truck, the diesel, and at the hood, and they're putting their heads up underneath it, sniffing the grill. Well, somehow that mouse worked his way into the cab. That's a big truck, the 4 doors, and he opened the door to grab something, and there's a mouse right there about to jump out the door, waiting to get out the door. Well, it jumped back and went under a bunch of stuff. He seen it, took a picture of it, and showed it to me. Well, when we were all finished, all done, ready to go, he goes to get in his truck, and it's on his dashboard. A mouse. I told him, I said, hey, don't have a wreck, man. That thing jumps on your cry. It's going to scare you. Scare anybody, It'll startle you. Anyway, folks, well, this fella's turning on South High Knob Road. Oh, all right, folks, that's about it. We'll see you.